Hi, my name is Brenda Newcomb, and I'll be helping you throughout this training module for mobility devices management on the bus. So let's get started. In this module, we will review 3 videos. 1. Onboarding and deboarding a wheelchair passenger. 2. Onboarding and deboarding a walker device passenger. 3. Using the Straint slide and click securement system. Watch the important review icons or my avatar for special instructions and helpful tips to keep you and your passengers safe on the bus. This video is not intended to replace your formal training on securement or lift operations. Before beginning your shift, you must complete a thorough check of your Straint Securement system to ensure all of your equipment is available and in proper working order. You will see on the floor multiple securement anchors configured to allow for several wheelchairs at a time. Each wheelchair position has 4 Straint slide and click floor mounted anchor points, 2 front and 2 rear. The front anchor points are mounted farther apart than the 2 rear anchor points to match the wheel setup of a typical wheelchair. Each wheelchair securement position must have a full set of Straint components, which consist of 4 floor-mounted snap and click anchors and a ratchet release lap and shoulder belt. My female strap has the red button, which will be down the center of the bus. Your triangle, bottom, top, will fasten into the pin on the Straint. Your Straint, red button, extends your strap and releases it to pull back in. You need to ensure you have the blue O-ring, the tag, and no phrase on your strap. And you gotta hear this part. That is the self-ratcheting system. Same would go with this one. The belt has no phrase. When inspecting your Straint system, be alert for frays and cuts in the belt, missing blue O-ring around the latch for the belt, or a missing tag. All of these are critical fails, and these Straint systems must be removed from the bus and replaced before accepting a rider. Wheelchair securement. Position the chair between all 4 anchor points and engage the wheelchair brakes. Okay, can you put your brakes on, please? Thank you, sir. All right, let's get you secured. Attach the front securement closest to the wall of the bus first. Secure to the floor, depress the red button on the Straint to release the ratchet and to extend the hook. Attach the hook onto a welded point of the chair frame. Release the red button and ensure the ratchet system engages by tugging on the belt to ensure it is tight. Ensure the wheels are straight forward. Then secure the front securement in the aisle side in the same manner. Once the front Straints are secure, you can attach the rear securements, starting with the wall side first. Attach the Straint to the floor and then to a welded point on the inside of the wheelbase. Ensure the ratchet system locks. Attach the triangle end of the female belt to the pin on the aisle side rear Straint. Lay the red buckle on the armrest. Always ensure you attach the red buckle to the aisle side, so in the event of an evacuation, you can have easy access to everyone's buckles to get them out of the bus quickly. Attach the triangle buckle to the bottom of the male end of the belt, to the wall side of the rear Q straint, and unspool enough of the belt to comfortably wrap around the customer's front. Buckle the seat belt, ensuring you hear it click into place. Adjust the belts so that the lap belt sits across the hip bones and that the shoulder belt is no higher than an inch above their shoulder. Then tighten the belts in place. Once the belt is secure, go back and triple check all the securement belts are locked and the chair is secure. Always secure the front securements first before the rear securements. Because of the weight of the customer and their chair is in the rear, in the event of a collision, while you are securing the customer, the chair is more likely to tip backwards. So having the front secured while working in the rear keeps you from being injured by the chair tipping or rolling backwards. You are parked around active traffic in most situations. You never know when you might be struck by another vehicle, so take all the proper precautions to ensure your safety and that of your customers. Undo the red buckle and move the male end away from the customer before letting go so it does not retract too quickly and injure them. Remove the belts from the Q straints. Unsecure the rear Q straints by depressing the red button to loosen the straps and unhooking from the chair, then undoing the securements from the floor. Stow your securements before moving to the next, and do not leave loose Q straints on the bus, as they are projectiles in the event of a collision. Unsecure the front two securements in the same manner. Never unhook the Q straint from the floor before unhooking from the chair, as this can jostle the chair unnecessarily. Stow the securements and secure the bag. Release the brakes and deboard your customer. Walker securement. Once your customer is secure in their seat, move their walker into the securement spot and apply the brakes. Attach the Q straints to the front of the walker from the wall side to the aisle, hooking the Q straints onto welded points. Because the ratchet system in the Q straint is so strong, the walker is light and the walker may shift forward even with the brakes applied. To keep the walker from sliding, you can keep the front wheels turned at an angle or hold the walker until you can attach the rear securements. Secure the two rear Q straints wall side to aisle side. Because there is no one sitting in the mobility device, you do not need to use the belt. Tug on all the belts again to ensure the ratchets have engaged on all of them. Walker unsecurement. When at your destination, unsecure the walker before unsecuring your customer. Unhook the rear Q straints from the walker, remove them from the floor and stow them. Unhook the front Q straints from the walker, remove them from the floor and stow them. Release the brakes on the walker and bring it over to your customer. If a set of Q straints is in use during a collision, they must be removed from the vehicle and replaced. Once involved in a collision, the internal mechanism may be compromised, so they are sent back to the manufacturer to be studied. Never leave any securement equipment loose in the bus, on the floor, or on the seats. They must be stowed in their bags or clip on the bottom of the convertible seats. Unsecured equipment can be a projectile in the event of a collision or a tripping hazard while you're working. Never allow anyone that is not an employee to use the lift or the securement equipment. You are responsible for the safety of the customer, so you must be the one to ensure the equipment is used properly, as you have been trained on it.